What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Dead man! Dead man walking!
Welcome to Death Row.
I'm your huckleberry.
Never talk to me like that again, you hear me? Huh?
Say good night to the bad guy. Say good night to the bad guy.
Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Get over here! She belongs to the streets. She belongs to the streets. Tragic! Tragic!
My doctor has notified me that I'm morbidly obese.
Oh yeah, no, this is done. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4",
How much do you weigh?
180.
Goodbye.
Many have wondered why Satan was played by a woman in the Passion of the Christ.
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, here.
Can't believe you say no funky shit like that.
What kind of stupid-ass question is that?
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
Goodbye.
Shout out to all of my day ones and my stay ones. Definitely in the... You guys know today wasn't one of the shows where we were supposed to have a show today. I was petitioned to get out of my little slumber, my little rest, right? For a debate. Some of you saw some of the debate. I don't really like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really like using the terminology debate and things like that, because I believe people who go into debates, they already have ill means for even going into the debate. Like no good intentions, just one trying to prove that they're right. I don't really believe in that. I don't really subscribe to that. I like accruing information. I will stand on my points. That's why it may seem like I'll do a debate or something like that. If I really, really believe something, that I'm willing to substantiate it, I'm willing to discuss it and provide all of the reasons why I believe in something, right? But other than that, I don't really like debates. People are just, by definition, coming in off bad faith, right? Each person is trying to prove that their point is more valid than the other one, when I don't think that that should be a motive for discussing things, right? I think the motive should be more like to substantiate your points and present why you believe a thing that you believe. And if the other person has information that can refute some of the things that are the strongest reasons why you believe what you believe, it just presents an opportunity. Maybe you might want to rethink, your belief system, right? I'm not going to debate Cooley anymore. I'm just now starting to realize Cooley has kid-like attributes. Cooley has kid-like attributes. I really did think, because Cooley saw that the debate between us kind of went viral, right? And a lot of people, his subscribers, were getting on his top down in the comments, telling him he got served and telling him that, this isn't his lane, things like that. His people got on him. So he reached out and wanted to do another debate, right? What my initial thought was that Cooley was going to reach out to Andrew Wilson or something like that for reinforcements, have some notes together. I thought Cooley, when you reach out and you ask someone to do a debate with you after the first debate, you think, okay, this person is going to bring it. Like, I was really looking at it like Cooley might be coming with his A game to even make me second guess some of my points. I thought he was really coming with heavy artillery. That's not who Cooley is. The reason why Cooley is confident enough to debate people is because most people, Cooley can corner them with yelling loud. I did a debate with, it wasn't a debate, it was a discussion probably a couple of months ago on someone else's channel. And from that moment right there, it took me 5 minutes to figure Cooley out. It took me 5 minutes to listen to him. Cooley has tactics that he uses. If you're about to make a really good point, that's the time where he'll get loud. He'll keep interrupting you. He'll bully you out of putting that nail in the coffin. He'll interrupt the flow of you about to present a point that actually discredits some of his belief or something like that. Or he'll call you low IQ, or he'll laugh, to throw you guys off of your game. But Cooley can't do me like I bully Cooley around the ring every time we do this. And what I mean when I say bully him around the ring, I don't allow him to cut me off when I'm making a valid point. That's what I noticed that he does to other people. When people are making a decent, valid point against Cooley, he'll cut them off, or he'll call them low IQ. He'll shuffle them up to the point where they don't even remember the good point that they were about to make. Cooley can't do that to me, right? I don't really have anything bad to say about Cooley. I salute anybody who has taken their platform as far as Cooley has taken his or whatever. But I think it's a scam. Cooley's not as good as I thought he was. Cooley, I think, is good with like women and things like that. Like he can corner women who his bullying tactics can work on. But I've never, even Yada Awakening, I wanted a piece of Yada Awakening so bad for so long. Like, well, I guess that is his name. Some of you, he like really caters to women a lot, right? Tells them that men are the problem and nothing's wrong with women, things like that. That should have been my indicator right then and there that Cooley didn't really have a fourth gear, right? Cooley doesn't really have a fourth gear. When the heat turns up into a discussion, Cooley, somebody in his comments, one of his supporters said, Cooley has mastered the art of debating inside of cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is the stress that is associated with a person having two or more contradicting beliefs and the stress that falls upon them when they're trying to actually execute it inside of a debate or something like that in reality, right? He said that dude is the worst. Cooley has 400 something thousand subscribers, and okay, I get it with the women, but after my first couple of interactions with him, I couldn't understand it. Even when he debated Yada Awakening, I thought any man who was in the lane that we're in would destroy Yada Awakening, because we all know that the information is bad. We all know that a man is not a man doesn't have to give a woman $300,000 to date her as an offering and things like that. We all know that a woman's value does too drop when she. You know what? I should have brought that. I'm going to do a reaction to that too. I never did a reaction to why didn't Cooley win that debate? And the debate that we did that went viral a couple of days ago, about 10 days ago, I saw people down in the comments saying, Cooley's taking another L. I didn't know what they meant, but they say Captain Tazariak had jumped on him, right? Whatever Cooley did, it's amazing. Well, it was against women. It was against women. Let me see something here. Let me see something. I want to show you guys a little bit of our engagement today. I appreciate the thumbs down. It's engagement. It's engagement.
Channel, click that bell icon so you're notified of when we go live next. So first and foremost, we are doing 2 debates back to back, and then we're also going to open it up for open panel. So the first guy that I'm having, manager, but you know, Jay Prince.
Jay Prince, the record mogul.
Yeah, the record mogul. That's what I was thinking about, man. But welcome back to No Fugazi podcast, man. We had a few discussions before on I think it was Fatty's platform, right?
I think so. You're right, matter of fact.
Yeah. We had a discussion on Fatty's platform, and then you came on my stream, and we also had a discussion. So yeah, let's get down to it. You're a Christian, and if you could just go ahead and, you know, elaborate on your beliefs on why you think, you know, Jesus is not God, being to the fact that you're a Christian.
There's going to be, listen, so here's what I'm aware of. I'm aware that there's going to be some scriptures that allude to the fact that they could be the same person. There's going to be some things that, you know, in some instances look like it just says it, you know what I mean? But what I stand on is the duality of the two. I stand on our place with God, Jesus's place with God. There's just, for the 3 or 4 scriptures in the Bible, this has been my study all of my life. I'm not a Hebrew Israelite. I've never been told these things. I had multiple pastors in my family, and when they were teaching these things as I was a child, they didn't make sense to me. So these aren't beliefs that I've picked up from somebody. Things just need to make sense to me. And when it speaks all of the time in Jesus being as sent or commanded to do things by God, I don't see how Jesus can be God the Father.
Okay. All right. I believe the last discussion we had, you brought up some scriptures and you were, trying to prove your case to me that.
Shout out to my stay ones up in the building. AJ said that was annoying to watch. He doesn't let anyone talk. It's him taking the whole time. SP, you mentioned a while ago, he pretends not to know people's name. That's also very weak. Yeah, listen, you know what? He pretended that he didn't know who I was. And then later on in the debate, he acknowledged that he's even watched some of my content, right? But I don't have anything terrible to say about Cooley. I think he's young, you know what I mean? And I think he's doing his thing for how he's doing his thing. But I don't think he's ready to have any discussions with men. I don't think that. I think Cooley, to be honest, I think Cooley really had better stop doing so much debating because it leaves the door open for you to be proven wrong more often. And if you guys look at the debate that me and Cooley did, 10 days ago, there was a lot of people in the majority of that was probably 80% his subscribers telling him Cooley takes another L and things like that, so I didn't even know. He's taking some L's. Yoli said that was hard to watch. Y'all both were off. You know what I always, and I can respect anybody's opinion, but I'm going to tell you what's the most irritating thing. When you see a comment inside of thousands of comments and a person says something like, you both were off, right? It is the epitome of arrogance. It's basically saying, out of all of the people, you got the right way. You know the true way, right? That's why I look at comments like that and I'm like, these people are kind of crazy. And if you know what? I'm not going to say I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it now. Dana Davis, come on up. How about we do it just like that? I was about to say, most of the times when you see people say y'all both were off, when you either approach them or ask them to come up or ask them to elaborate, they don't have any information. Watch, I'll show you. The Dana Davis down there, he won't come up. Watch. I'm going to drop a link right here. I got time today. You guys know we weren't even supposed to have a show today. Hey, Dana, there's a link down in the chat. Click on that link and come on up. I want to see the information that you have. And you probably can't do it on Facebook, so just go on YouTube. Get on the YouTube app, look up Stacey Prince, go to the chat, and I'll pull you up. I don't even do that. I don't even do that. There'll be a chat with 1,000 comments in it, and you say, you both are wrong. That's like basically, that's the epitome of arrogance right there. So you, out of all of us, you're the only one who has this thing accurately figured out. Here's one thing that I will tell you guys about me. I'm never going to be big time wrong. Never. I'm never going to be completely far off. Never. Because you won't hear me speak on it. If it's something that has me confounded to a degree to where, right, I'm not even going to talk about it. There's some things scripturally that I would love to discuss, but I don't really have the knowledge on them. The book of Ezekiel is tough. It's tough. So you don't hear me speaking about that often, right? You will never, ever in any scenario hear me speaking about something and I'm way off base. Never. Never. It won't happen. I'm not here to be right. So my eyes are opened. and I can be more open to being more unbiased, right? But most people, they desire to be right, and that's when they get obliterated. Like Cooley, I think like 100 times out of 100, I'll probably destroy Cooley, right? I thought Cooley really was going to come up today with some firepower, and he didn't.
Jesus wasn't God. One of the scriptures I believe you brung up was Matthew 4:1 through 11, and it states it's. I believe the last discussion we had, you brung up some scriptures, and you were, trying to prove your case to me that Jesus wasn't God. One of the scriptures I believe you brung up was Matthew 4:1 through 11, and it's. You said, well, Cooley, can, if Jesus is God, can God be tempted? Remember you asked me that question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you were bringing up scriptures on our last discussion to prove that Jesus isn't God. And I know just in your, little statement there, you said that it's going to be a discussion where scriptures are going to be brought up to prove that Jesus is God. So that's what we're going to basically do here.
I didn't say that. I said there's going to be some scriptures. And I'm going to tell you guys something else that Cooley does. This is intentional. And I've seen him do this on people. He's tried it on me about 3 times. Cooley will, okay, so you said that Jesus is God, but da 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 da. And if you say, yeah, he'll say, I got you. See, you just admitted Jesus. I never fall for that stuff with him. It's so elementary. It is so elementary whenever I catch him doing it. Can elude to Jesus being God.
That seems like it. That seems like, Jesus is God. Okay, cool. So let's start with that passage there, since you brung it up on our last discussion. And I think this will be a good one. So Matthew 4:1, where it states that, it says the devil tempted Jesus with food power and tested his faith. So how do you reckon?
Are you acknowledging that he was even tempted ever?
Yeah, we'll go with what the scripture said. Jesus was tempted. Okay. Yeah. So from this verse, how does this prove or explain that Jesus isn't God?
Say it one more time.
Yeah. So from this verse that you brought up before, how does this explain that Jesus isn't God?
So I'm waiting on the brother Dana to come up and give me some better information. There's a link down in the chat. Brother, you can click the link and it'll bring you right up here. All you got to do is go to YouTube, The Real Stacey Prince. You'll see. The link is not going to be on Facebook. All you got to do is go to YouTube. I'm sure you have an account. Go to YouTube, The Real Stacey Prince, and click on this show that we're doing, and you'll be in the comments. The link I just dropped in the comments. You do have a YouTube account, don't you? You do have a YouTube account, right? It's in the YouTube chat. Click the link and I'll be able to bring you right up. I don't know if he's gonna come. You coming up, bro, or what? Oh, there is a scripture in Matthew. I'm sorry. James 1:13 that says, "Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, because God cannot be tempted, neither does he tempt man. But every man is enticed when he is drawn onto his own lust," things like that. So it's clear God cannot be tempted unless that scripture just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. So then, does this right here? Does that verse disprove the verse that we're speaking about, Matthew? If it's the case that
I think
James 1:13 states, when tempted, no one should say, God is tempting me, for God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he tempt anyone. So then if we look at Matthew and it states that Jesus was tempted.
I'm not even going to do this. This is terrible. When I can't watch it, that's a problem. It doesn't mean anything. It was really a square dancing session of Cooley trying to go out of his way to not get cornered, put in a corner, and punched up. But I do want to talk about something that we've been discussing. If brother Dana, if you still do want to come up, you can come on up. I have no problem with that at all. I want to show you guys something. Hey, K. Let me see. I want to show you something. I want to show you guys something from about yesterday's show. No, I can't bring you up on Facebook, I don't think. Oh, he said he clicked the link. What did it do when you clicked the link? It should have brought you over here. I know you gotta have a YouTube account, right? Or did you really not want to come up here? He knows how we get down. I want to touch on something that we hopefully this is it. It's probably not.
I was married for 5 years, but I was with my husband for 10 years.
It is. I really, I had some conversations yesterday. After we did yesterday's show, I had some conversations pertaining to this right here.
I was married for 5 years, but I was with my husband for 10 years. And I'm going to be honest, I lost a good man because of my mindset of I can compete with a man. Clean vibes, princess treatment. I ain't have to work. I ain't have to do nothing. But my mouth was bad. And I lost a good man. I'm taking that L. I disobeyed every direct order, but I didn't cheat. And I thought I'm the perfect wife. I don't cheat. I don't go outside. I don't even get dolled up.
But listen, I understand that, bro. But don't you have a YouTube account? If you have a YouTube account, all you got to do is go to YouTube, type in The Real Stacey Prince. Our page is going to pop up, and all you got to do is click the show that says live. It says live. It'll bring you down. You'll be down there in the chat, and all you have to do is click that link. I'll drop it again. Do you have a YouTube account? I don't mind having a respectful debate or disagreement discussion, but you got to do it on YouTube. Okay, brother, just go to your YouTube. Do it on your YouTube. Yeah, you got to get off of Facebook and go on and jump on YouTube. Those of you, we are now firing up I'm going to go ahead and touch on the conversation that I had. You know what, might as well jump on Instagram too. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to touch on, I had some conversations yesterday regarding yesterday's show. This is going to sound crazy. I really do believe that we're actually getting somewhere with a lot of these women as it pertains to leaving relationships I believe that we are actually getting somewhere as it pertains to, because there's a lot of women who have come on this show over the course of years, and I believe that we are actually starting to resonate. I'm not going to say a lot, but we are definitely starting to resonate with some women, because you got to think about this. This show, the reason I tell you guys this show is so dope is because a lot of people haven't heard some of the things that are spoke about on here. Women have not heard that it's worse. Listen, women have not heard people go into detail as it pertains to a man cheating on you, right? And you do what most women do. You get rid of that man. They haven't heard many discussions on what typically happens after a woman gets rid of the man she was with that cheated. It typically doesn't get better. And I really do think that a lot of the women who have been watching this show over the course of time, they are starting to get it. They haven't heard someone say, okay, after he cheated and you got rid of him, did life get better for you? They haven't heard these discussions, right? But if someone really does sit down and have a conversation with you about it, it doesn't make sense to leave a man who's not a cheater, but a man who cheated a couple of times or even 3 times. Somebody you've invested, somebody who you have invested a significant portion of your life with. It's like, I think that most women who will leave a man for cheating, not being a cheater, but because he cheated a couple of times, I think they weren't raised with their fathers. I think look, she said, yes, it does get better, but she won't come up. Listen, hey, Trail Mon said they end up sleeping with married dudes, and that's a fact. Studies show, this is a survey taken by women. Studies show that 50 to 70% of women who are currently in a relationship already have a backup plan in case that one doesn't work, right? You guys are moving along inside of the, not gigolo, what it is, jigaboo mentality. You guys don't understand that getting busted down affects you. You think that you're doing something. You know what? I should put the clip up. Okay, so Mala, my question to you is this. I want to see your honest take. She said it does too get better. Listen, give me a thumbs up. And this is for everybody. We're on 4 platforms. Give me a thumbs up if you think that it usually gets better for women after they leave a man that they were in a relationship. Give me a thumbs up if when they get out there on the dating highway, it usually gets better for them. Give me a thumbs down if you disagree. I want to see. Because if it gets better when you guys break up with a man and get back out there on the dating circuit, then why are so many of you online complaining about dating? Why do so many of you have multiple children with multiple men? Listen, check this out. Miss Mala, respectfully, I'm just asking. Do you have children by more than one man? I want to know, do you have children with, let me go to her profile. Do you have children with more than one man? Okay, she says no, sir. What percentage of women would you say do? That's the nail in the coffin right there, man. It's even reached the white communities and everything. It can't be. Listen, Andrew Wilson, red pill content, who teaches men not to date women who are single mothers. Even he got busted. The woman he's with has multiple children by multiple men. It doesn't get better. And the times that it does is because this was a woman who didn't need it. She says, I have 4 kids with one man and we was together for 25 years. Why did you leave him? Or I'm pretty sure you're the one left him, but why did you leave him? I want to know. See, she says she was with this man for 25 years. She said she left him for cheating. I'd love to wager, ma'am, you're not married right now. I'm certain of that. Am I correct? No, I want her up here. Come on up here, Miss Mala. She left a 25-year union because a man cheated. Oh my gosh. Women can be good in business and things like that, but they are the absolute worst investors as it pertains to life decisions. The worst. She said, I'm cleaning. Nah, come on up here, Miss Mala. You got some splaining to do. Listen, men don't typically do that. That's why single men do better than single women do. When men are single and we're on the dating field, we don't bring the damage up on us that women bring up on themselves. I want you to listen to this.
The house saying, fuck you, suck my dick, fuck your mother, fuck everybody. And it's man, f the kids we got together type shit. That's how mad I get. I f 5 years, but I was with my husband for 10 years. And I'm gonna be honest, I lost a good man because of my mindset of I can compete with a man. Queen vibes, princess treatment. I ain't have to work. I ain't have to do nothing. But my mouth was bad. And I lost a good man. I'm taking that L. I disobeyed every direct order, but I didn't cheat. And I thought like, oh, I'm the perfect wife. I don't cheat. I don't go outside. I don't even get dolled up. But I'm in the house saying, fuck you, suck my dick, fuck your mother, fuck everybody. And it's man, f the kids we got together type shit. That's how mad I get. I f up a whole marriage. I had the that every bitch wanted.
She said, I effed up a whole marriage. She said, I had the ninja that all of the chicks want. Watch this.
I'm sitting here saying that because it eats me up every day.
She said it eats me up every day. Now, would it be eating her up every day if after she messed up that marriage with that amazing man, she had bagged one of equal value? No. She wouldn't be regretting it every day, which lets you know that woman blew up a 10+ year relationship, right? With a man who she says most women want, and she hasn't done better since. Come on up here, Miss Mala. I want to know why how you can justify. Now, if he was a cheater, that's different. That's different. Shout out to Dr. K over here rocking with us. Listen, I want people to pay attention to this and acknowledge this. Men do not do as much life damage to themselves while we're dating, while we're out there on the dating circuit. Men do not do as much life damage to ourselves as women do. It's almost like seeing two genders in the Amazon jungle and being able to see who comes out intact. You guys aren't coming out intact. You guys are coming out with multiple children with multiple men. Cooter bird hole looking like a toilet tissue roll. Looking like a toilet tissue roll core. Blue back, more experience in sexuality and debauchery than you can now forget. And you're not the same people. You're not the same people. This is why we're telling you guys, listen. He said, because you've been single. Listen, Miss Mala, I want to ask you right now, come on up here too. Drop that broom. Drop that broom. So ASS on up here. I want to know right now. No, I'm going to ask you when you come up here. You won't be able to wiggle your way out of that. 25 years. Look, Jamar said, because you have to be crazy. 25 years, 4 kids. Who else is going to die by your bedside? Listen, and I've been meaning to say this too. Turbulence, people. For those of you who aren't familiar with this show, when you hear that, I'm probably about to ruffle some feathers. I want to tell all of the single men, you listen to me. I want to tell all of the single men where the best women are. I am going to, online you can find them. I am going to tell you people where you can get the type of women you really want. Probably will go for just about anything, right? You'll be able to manipulate her at the highest levels, right? Go to Chris Perry. Go to Ace Metaphor. Go to Derek Jackson. Go to Yada Awakening. Go to their social media. I figured this out. You go down into the comments of their post, all of those women are the type of women we could get to do anything. If you're into just having a woman at your beck and call and things like that, the women who follow Derek Jackson, the women who follow Yada Awakening, the women who follow Ace Metaphor, who follow Chris Perry, we know they're the most naive and gullible of the gullible, or they wouldn't be on those pages. How can you listen to Derek Jackson's information and say, I'm going for this? Those are the best women. You could get them to do anything. You could get them to be the getaway drivers in a car and things like that. Anybody who can fall deeply for that stuff that's on Derek Jackson's page, Yada Awakening page, Chris Perry, Ace Metaphor, you should be in those DMs. These are women you could probably get to sign a check over to you outside of a week of knowing her. And we know that this is true. Because how can women be going for what these men are saying? Even you know it's a lie. All of the padding and the excuse making that they're making for women and blaming it on men, even you as a woman should be able to say, well, no, I'm not going to say that. There is such thing as a woman's dating value going down. It's like the way that they pull their bib out and get ready to feast on that delusion that those guys serve up. Imagine, you could probably do well with a woman like that. You might not be attracted to her intellectually and things like that, but it'd probably be easy to deceive her. Any of the women who are on those Derek Jackson's page and subscribes to them and things like that, you could probably get them to do just about anything if they're already falling for delusion. I said I'm gonna make sure that I tell my brothers that. Like, I think that that's a prime pool for getting the caliber of women who will put up with just about anything. Shout out to Lee over here rocking out with us. Shout out to Miss Brenda over here. Miss Brenda said they are absolutely sickening and will fall for anything. How can you subscribe to a page? She says, I'm a different breed. Well, come up here then. I'm going to bully you up here. You're going to come up here. Come on up here and substantiate your claims, Miss Mala. Give these other girls some of the insights that you may have that will keep them from going through some bull crap they may be about to go through. Pause that cleaning up. You got forever to clean up. You only have a few minutes up here with me. See, here's the thing. All of society can look and see that the plan you guys had wasn't a good one. You're chronically single. They're estimating around 45% of women in the next 2 years will be single and childless. You're already popping pills and drinking wine throughout the guy who. Right? I think it's 1 in 3 of you are on psychological medications. Is it 1 in 3 or 1 in 4? I think it's 1 in 3. And yet, you guys have adopted a methodology of leaving men who cheat and taking on a generational curse type epidemic proportion of chronic singleness. For decades, you're single. For decades. Listen, I want to ask the women this. She said the invite expired. Well, here's a new one. I want to ask this. As you look around, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much excellence do you see in the decision making in the decisions that women are making today in society? 10 meaning they're making amazing decisions. 0 meaning horrible. As you look around, and this is for men and women, as you look around, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you think the decisions that women are making is? Look, Entangle said 2. Somebody else said, you're having multiple children with multiple different men and you're going to your graves alone. Hey, Molly, you said the thing expired. She said the invite expired. Well, I just accepted your thing up here. Zero, 1, 3. Listen, I'm going to say this to you ladies. I'm going to say this. To save face inside of this gender disagreement that we currently have going on, you can say anything that you want to. You truly can. You can say things that make my argument look bad, and you can say things that make it look like, ooh, she just got over on Stacey Prince. She just nailed him to the cross. You can do that. But your reality is painting an entirely different picture for the world to see. Shout out to Agree to Disagree podcast in the situation for the love of the game. My man, I was just thinking about you yesterday. I think the huge problem is this. I think you guys would be okay. Hey, Miss Mala, how come I've sent you the thing. I've sent you the I don't know how the thing can explain. I've just sent you another request to come up. Listen, here's where it's a big deal. Here's where it's a big deal. The decisions that you're making, they don't, they're not the equivalent of waking up and messing around and banging your toe on that bed rail or your ankle on that bed rail. They're not the equivalent of that. Your guys' decisions that you're making out there on the dating market are affecting you for tens of years. This is like, she said it ain't going through. Hey, Miss Maya, request to come up. I'm going to, let me do it like this. Send a request to come up. She said it ain't going through. It ain't going through. I want you guys to look around at your sister counterparts. Look around. It's not a few of you. The reason why people establish groups and things like that is because they share significantly important life matters in common, typically, right? Look at all of the groups of women. They're all sharing the same similar situations. All of them are single parent moms. All of them are having bad luck on the dating market. None of them are married. This is a real thing. It's an epidemic. This thing is big. It's not small. The whole time that you're single, you don't have a protector. The whole time that you're single, you don't have a protector. Listen, and let's talk about this thing for what it really is. Let's talk about this thing for what it really is. Listen, when we talk about, and I think that's why I say that this is the hottest show online. You guys aren't being talked to like you get talked to on this show. And here's what I mean when I say this. We often talking about being a provider and protector. One of the most important things that a woman can get from a man that she should be seeking from a man. His leadership. You guys are out there making horrific decisions while you're on the dating highway. You guys are making decisions that no woman should make. Listen, I've told people this several times. It's gotten so bad that do you guys know that we are never supposed to, in real life, have seen a woman who has 3 children by 3 different men? That is supposed to be something like a Bigfoot sighting, Loch Ness Monster, something we've heard of, but no one's ever really seen it. Do you know how badly your decision-making process has to be for you to have 3 children by 3 different men? Do you know how out of control you have to be to have 25 bodies under your belt? Do you know how messed up your decision-making process has to be for you to have ever let 20 men nut inside of you? Even 15 men. And that's the majority of you. The majority of you have let 15 men nut, release their genetic makeup inside of your body. Basically morphed DNA with you, morphed genetics with you. I'm not saying this to be mean to you. I'm not trying to get down on you. What I am telling you, this is crazy. I've never really had this much trouble bringing somebody up, not like this. go live with Malia. Let me see something. I followed her, so now I should be able to yeah, I have never had this much trouble. And she still couldn't accept it. But listen, I'm going to say this again. Yeah, I probably agree, Lee. I'm going to say this again. You guys need men's leadership. So, hey, I tell you what, Miss Molly, come over here on YouTube. The Real Stacey Prince. Come over here on YouTube. It'll pull you right up here. I know you have a YouTube account. Go to your YouTube, type The Real Stacey Prince, and I'll have a link down there in the comments waiting for you. Matter of fact, it's down there right now. Do you have YouTube, Miss Mala? Did I salute my brother? Shout out to Mike, check in the building. But listen, do you want to know what you guys should be seeking from men more than anything? Help with your decision making. Listen, I gotta ask. Okay, yeah, Miss Malia. Yeah, go on your YouTube and type The Real Stacey Prince in STACY, and you'll see it says live. Hit that, and I already have a link down in the chat waiting on you. I already have a link down in the chat waiting on you. And you know, I think it's strange because men, we can see things like really, really, really clear. We can see things really, 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 really clear. We have a completely different set of eyeglasses than you do that God gave us, right? We see things for what they really are. We can see it without our emotions causing us to think we're seeing something else. We can see these things very clearly, right? And as we look around, the decisions that you guys are making is unlike anything that we thought could be real. Listen, not only are women cheating neck to neck with men, right? More than men, sorry. When they cheat, they go raw. I get it. I do understand it. I do understand. I've touched women before. And they've let me know how much better sex is with me. Well, with anybody, without the prophylactic, right? Without the condom. But my safety is more important than that. You guys are having one-night stands with strangers and letting them release their genetic makeup inside of your body. Do you know what's cleaner than what you're doing? If a person harked up a harker like snot and spit it inside of you, it would be cleaner than letting a man shoot his genetic DNA inside your body. Shout out to Miss Carrie for supporting the show. I appreciate the love. Yeah, come on over here, Miss Mala. Listen, and here's the crazy part. When we say these things, Miss Mala doesn't belong to me, right? Trina Babes doesn't belong to Stacey Prince. So I can't guide them, right? The best that I could do is give them all of the research back and statistic back information that will cause them to lead a better life and lead them down a better path on here. But guess what happens when they see the shows like this? He hates women and things like that. No, you have to know almost anybody's decisions are better than the ones that you're making. Look how the kids are turning out. Look how the kids are turning out. And listen, they only have one, in most cases, they only have one teacher. It's usually the woman. You guys have no business teaching your young boys how to do feminine dances. You have no business teaching your sons, right, how to dance on a stripper pole. You have no business letting your sons wear women's clothing. See, I think the issue that most people have is you guys aren't just messing up just a little bit. You guys are dropping bombs. And you know what? I think that's a good point to touch on. I want you ladies to know men and society as a whole would not be condemning you to the capacity they are if the things that you were doing weren't that big. Right? Right? She's a hoe, but she wears condoms. Yeah, right? The things that you guys are doing have profound effects on society as a whole. You guys are having multiple children by multiple different men, which is, check this out. I want to show you the damage that how you guys are moving does. When you have multiple children by multiple men, it pretty much eliminates you and disqualifies you for getting in a relationship with a quality man until the kids are out of the house and things like that, right? And the whole time that we have you out here as a disqualified woman, not able to be under the leadership of a man, you're out in society doing things that further chip away at the fiber and fabrics of society. You're out there getting into fights. You're out there sleeping with other women's men. You're out there causing trouble. You're out there pulling away at the threads of society's integrity. But when you guys have men, you are prohibited from doing a lot of the things that you're doing that is destroying you and causing your dating value to collapse through the floor. What in the world is this? She said, I spoke my piece. She said, I don't want to come up. Miss Mala said, I'm not coming up there. I mean, if men cheat, of course, men will be slept with. They won't be slept with by my sister because she has a man and she's not a cheater. See what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be you that men are able to cheat with. You are at your worst when you are apart from men. Somebody prove me wrong. Who disagrees with that? You are at your worst when you are apart from men. Who disagrees? Shout out to ZF down there rocking with us. I've tried to send requests. Oh, there she is. Those Obama phones should be expired by now, people. I'm just saying. Miss Mala, I thought you was coming over to YouTube. You come up to YouTube, I can bring you right up here. Joe Main Media definitely in the building. If that's my brother that I think it is. Oh, she said she had no YouTube connection. Is that what she said? Yeah, it's not letting her come up here. Okay, so Minnie, let me see something. Give me a couple of ladies up here. Let's have a discussion that's going to help out the girls coming behind you guys. Give me a couple of the ladies up here. Give me a couple of the ladies up here. Every time I accept, doesn't work. Okay, I mean, it's got you right here. I don't know. Listen, Miss Marla, why don't you come over here to YouTube? We won't have to go through any of this. If you come to YouTube, it'll let me pull you right up here. All you got to do is go to the Real Stacy Prince on YouTube, right? STACY. We're live right now. Click the live show. You'll be in the chats. I've dropped a link down there for you in the chats. I don't think Miss Maya wants to come up here. It's all good. But listen, this is what I'm telling you guys. Women are suffering at the highest level. See, I guess it's cool. It's okay for everybody to make mistakes because we all do, right? But I think the issue arises when the majority of your mistakes are kind of catastrophic, right? So many of you have herpes. So many of you. And even the HIV is on a significant rise, right? What do you mean, Miss Maya? You talking about on YouTube? You couldn't have came over to YouTube because it would have let you come right up. Shit. Did you come to YouTube? Yeah, this is what I'm saying to you guys. She says I'm here. Okay. I guess that's her. All right, there's a link, right? You just dropped a comment and I just dropped a link. Click that link and it'll bring you right up. Listen, I want to ask the ladies. I want to ask the ladies. Shout out to my girl Rashada over here rocking out with us. I want to ask the ladies, do you see what, you know what? Let me see something. Let me see something. Give me two ladies up here. I have a question because men don't know everything, so some of the things we need to know from you. Can't join till after 10:30. Look, she done got kicked off of TikTok. But listen, here's what I want to say. I want to know, are you able to see what's taking place in your guys' life? There she goes. Tell me how your night is going.
Oh, better now. I ain't never had to go through so much.
Listen, so you're serious. You're telling me that you were in a relationship for 25 years.
I was, yes.
So there was a woman, we talk about her often. There was a woman who we
Mhm.
use her as an example. She was like, I asked her hypothetically, because I think she said she was with her guy for like 24 years. And I asked her, I said, if you were to go out to his car, you find a condom, upon investigation, you find out he's cheated three times, would you leave? She said, quick. And we use her as an example often, but we've never encountered anyone who really did it. Lord God.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it's difficult. So the 25 years that I was with my kid's father, the first time that I found out he was cheating on me, I was 8 months pregnant with our first child. And I was 18, he was 21, whatever. But being naive at the time and in the traditional Latino family household, I couldn't just leave like that. He was my provider, and he was financially taking care of myself and then our child, upon the time.
Hold on. You mean he was really handling husband duties?
No, 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 no.
No, I'm just
Not
talking about,
husband duties.
I'm just saying, you're saying,
Financially.
so he was the financial provider?
Yes, yes, because I
Go
was
ahead.
still in school.
Go
I
ahead.
was in college, finished in school. And, financially, he was taking care of us and, holding down the household and whatnot.
Hold on.
But,
Was he interactive with the children?
I mean, well, yes, he's a great father.
Go
He is
ahead.
a
Go
great
ahead.
father.
Go ahead.
Yes, he is a great father. Um, but the cheating didn't stop.
Okay.
Like, the woman in the beginning didn't stop, and I was naive enough to stay in the household, because I was young. And I wanted that family background. I wanted what I grew up on.
That was smart.
Mother and father in the house.
Can you hear
Are we
us?
still on? Sorry.
Yeah. No, that
Yeah. So I.
that was smart. I'll commend you for that, for at least attempting to stay. I think her Wi-Fi got herpes. I think your Wi-Fi got STDs or something. I think your speaker is off. Your speaker is off. Yeah, it says you muted yourself. Hit the speaker icon. It says the guest has muted herself. Just tap the speaker icon or the microphone icon. Let me see something. I can't unmute you. Okay, let me unmute. Okay, listen, I'm about to drop you. I want you to come right back up. Click that link right back.
Okay. Is this better?
Yeah, I guess some of the men down there would say a lot better.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um.
Okay, so
So,
listen,
anyways,
you were saying he wouldn't stop cheating, right?
yes.
Um, explain for me.
Um.
How
Like I
was
said, there
what
was
was
about
happening?
four.
Was there things taking place? Were women calling your phone? Was he getting busted? What was going on?
Oh yeah, yeah, most definitely. Like, so when I found out, back in the day, there was no like, it was different. So we would get like our Verizon call log in the mail and whatnot. So I would see like the call logs and everything like that. And that's how I found out. That was like back in like, I don't know, 1999, 98. You know, so it was different back in the day. So
Hey, something's happening. We can barely hear you.
This is so bad. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I should take a walk outside. Is this better now? My connection is so bad.
Huh?
Yeah, I just think it's my connection.
You got bad Wi-Fi or something?
It's not even the Wi-Fi. I'm just an area. Like honestly, I'm in a bad area.
Come right back up. Come right back up. You hear?
I feel like this connection is so bad. I'm so sorry.
It's terrible. So listen, I got a question for you. That relationship was over how long ago?
That relationship was what?
How long ago did that relationship end?
About 7 years ago.
7 years ago. 7 years ago. Okay. Now you know where I'm going with this next, right? Are you married now?
Go ahead.
Are you married now?
No, I'm not. But I'm in a healthy relationship now.
How long have you been in that relationship?
For 6 months.
You say 6 months?
Yes.
What color is the individual? African American?
He is African American.
Before that, how long had it been since you had a real relationship? Probably your ex-husband. Look, this woman has been unprotected for 6 years. Unprotected for 6 years. Do you believe that you're unprotected?
Yes.
Okay. Did you and your ex go to marriage counseling?
He wanted to, but I declined.
Okay, okay. How many times do you think he cheated?
I want to say, shit, what I know of, I want to say at least 5 times.
I always tell women to stay up until like 3 to 5 times. Listen, I want you to be honest with me too. I want you to be honest with me. I'm not even saying what you did was wrong because I do advise women to leave if the man won't stop cheating. I do advise that. That's abuse at that point, right? But my question to you is this. What's going on with his life right now? Is he married?
No, he's actually, I want to say he was dating somebody that he met online or whatnot. And they've been together for like a year now or something like that. Which is great because
I always tell y'all it is not difficult for men to rebound after we see. Okay, so another question I wanted to ask you. On a scale of 1 to 10, the last and be honest with me because I kind of know a lot of the statistics on this thing. Out of the last 6 years, on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult has the dating road been for you? And I don't really want to say difficult like you suck, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how, as far as you not getting what you're looking for, as far as you running into some bull crap here and there, on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult has this dating process been?
I want to say 8.
She said a 8.
I want to say 8. Yeah. Only only because listen, I only say this though because as young as men think that I am, they want more children and I don't want any more children. So I think that's the only fault in the relationships that I have been trying to have is that men want more children out of me and I don't want any more children.
That is
So
not why those
there's that.
relationships are ending. Those relationships aren't ending because a man is adamant about having children.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
the
telling
last
me
relationship that I tried
you're
to have.
telling me you've had several men who were amazing, and the only thing is they wanted more children.
No, not several. I don't put like I'm a bartender, so I come across a lot of men. I don't put myself out there like that. But when I am
No, but that's what
with
I'm saying.
somebody,
I'm saying since you've been on dating apps and things like that, you're telling me most of the men you run into, they're very good men. They just want kids.
yeah, they want another kid, at least another one.
So you're telling me the last guy that you were with, how long were you with him?
My last relationship, I was with him for a year. And he wanted to have a kid, like literally, deliberately. He was telling me, I want to try for a kid. I want to have another kid. I want, like he just kept mentioning it. And I was like, I'm not into that. Like, I don't want, my youngest is 14. I don't need another kid at this
I
time.
agree
I don't
with
want
that.
another kid at
I
this time.
agree. You should not be having any more kids. Your dating value will tank if you have another child. You got 4 kids, so what? Are 2 of them out of the house, or all 4 of them still staying with you?
Exactly.
Say it one more time.
But exactly.
How many of them are in the house with you?
My youngest is 14.
You did good. Listen, you need to put a padlock on those tubes. You need some super glue, a heat gun. Listen, you kind of survived. If you're going to be honest, you kind of survived because, listen, when you got children, your dating value tanks, especially when you have 4. It tanks. It's an inconvenience to the other person's lives
Exactly.
on a significant level. You are actually one of the first ones that we saw that I can say was in a very tough situation. Like 4 kids, you got all of them out of the house except
Yeah.
for one.
Yeah. And it was scary when they were
No,
younger
no,
though too, because it actually scared off a lot of men.
you have all of the kids out of the house except for one.
Yes.
That's
Yeah. My
amazing. That's
daughters are all
amazing.
grown out the household. Yes.
Okay. So now here's my thing. What state are you in?
I'm in Florida.
You know this relationship is not going to work out, right?
The one currently, I don't.
You so sweet.
Listen. Listen, I'm really hoping that it does because he's a really genuine guy,
Okay.
and he's older, and I like older men.
Name me
So
3
this is the
things.
second.
What's his mother's name?
His mother's name is Amade.
Where does she live?
Well, she passed away, but she was a Dominican woman.
What's his father's name?
His father's name was Antonio.
I thought you said he was black.
Well, he is black. Yes. I mean, I say Anthony. I'm sorry, Anthony.
But you
His
said his
father's name was
mom's
Anthony.
name. You said his mom's name was okay. That's fine.
Yeah. His mother was Dominican. His father is black. So he's half Dominican, half black, but he's more darker. So he is a black man.
Okay. So, does he have his own house?
Yes, he does.
Have you been there?
Yes, I have.
Can you spend a night with him whenever you get ready to?
I have many times.
Okay, I like that. When you guys go places, does he drive you around in his car?
Yes.
He is about how old?
He is 47 years old.
Not bad, not bad. That's actually a good age to be dating because he still has his fiver to him, and he's old enough to have learned a lot of mistakes and things like that, and to be able to do better. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, he's only been married. Well, you know what? Let me not say that. He's been married twice. He's actually still
What
married.
we've got here is failure to communicate.
Dead man. Dead man walking.
I'm not going to knock you for that. I'm not, and people would think that I would, but
But the only thing is, the first time he married was for love. The second time he married was for a visa for his friend, which I met her, which is crazy. Crazy story. That'll be for your next show. Let me tell you. Um, but yeah, so nothing in like seriousness in that marriage or whatnot. And he's ready to, once this whole like immigration thing is done, he's ready to like divorce and leave that behind as well so that we can move forward, hopefully.
nah. Uh, the reason I said I'm not going to condemn you is because before I had got fully divorced, I was dating, and I was my thing was to women like, listen, no, we're legitimately not together. Da 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 da. We don't have anything on. Just the rest of the legal aspect needs done. So I
Mm-hmm.
saw where it's not being deceitful. It's not. I didn't say it's not a big issue, but I did feel like men, women, because listen, I did feel like me and women should still be able to, get to know each other until the paperwork. I didn't view it as a huge,
Of
huge
course, yeah.
right? But here's what I'll tell you. I also knew that the clock was in my pocket and that it was up to me when I really got this done. If I never felt a sense of urgency, I'm not going to do it. And there's a 9 out of 10% chance he feels the same way. I actually inadvertently drugged some women along, right? I didn't mean to. Was I
Mm-hmm.
honest when I said that me and my ex didn't have anything going on? Yes, I was honest, but I don't think I really had any sense of urgency about getting the paperwork done, right? And that's probably where
Right.
you're at. That's probably where you're at. So I'll say this, outside of biblically and things like that, I'll say if you're looking for a companion right now, there's not a big deal wrong with what you're doing, right? But if your heart's desire is for this thing to lead to a very serious relationship, marriage, and things like that, you have a significant obstacle in front of you because it's out of your control. It's out of your hands. You have to really hope that he gets on the ball. You can't do anything about it, nothing. You legitimately have to hope
Exactly.
that he seriously gets on the ball one day and files the proper paperwork. And here's the bad part about it. It could be a scenario to where after you've caught feeling, after a year of dating somebody, spending a night and all of that stuff, and then he decides it's just too much to fill the paperwork out. I'm not going to do it, and da 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 da. So you have to be prepared for what are you going to do after a year when it's starting to seem like he's not going to do anything about this paperwork. Are you going to be okay
Yeah.
with this continuing to be a companionship? Would you be right now if he wasn't married and he told you he never plans getting married and that he's just
Mm-hmm.
looking for somebody to be in a companionship with? He's not going to date anybody else. He doesn't expect his companion to date anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
When it's time to go to the movies, when it's time to go out of the country, when it's time to go on a date, this is that woman that I want to be able to call to do those things with me. Would you be okay if he presented a deal like that to you?
Yes, of course.
Okay, well, you're not losing there. So if he
Yeah.
said that he's not looking to get married and that he doesn't want to classify something as a serious relationship, but he wants a companion to be monogamous with and to share all of his spare time with, like men and women are supposed to do, would you be okay with that?
Yes.
Well, you
Yes,
can't
I
lose.
would.
You can't lose then. You can't lose.
Yes.
I
Because
think
I think I've been with myself okay long enough to accept the situation at hand, regardless, whatever brings me peace
right, right, right.
is where I'm at.
Okay, so
Whatever solitude I get from a relationship, and if we're honest and there's clarity and there's transparency.
Okay.
And especially just honesty. Like, just be honest with me. Like, if you have, you know what I'm saying, children on the side, if you have a baby mama to deal with, whatever
Right,
the case
right.
may be honest with me on that. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? It's the lies that get me caught up. It's the
I got
lies that I can't fuck with. I'm sorry. You
so
know?
I want to tell you to do this. I want you to have that talk with him because listen, you would be surprised how amazing a man can be if he is allowed to operate inside of honesty. It can be a turn on
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. Like, woman told me this. I knew I cared a great deal about her. I knew I did. And wasn't prepared to really lose her. You know what I mean? We had a companionship
Right.
for quite some time. One day she said this. She knows I'm a disciplined man. She said this one day. We were talking about getting in a serious relationship for the fourth, fifth time, right? She said this. She said, and I'm going to tell you why. This is all men feel like this. She said, listen, I know that you're a man, and I know men occasionally step out. She said, don't ever bring me anything back. Instantly. Instantly. I felt like,
Exactly.
you know how men feel like we're being attached to a ball and chain of strict
Right.
rules and all of that stuff. Instantly, I knew I was ready to move forward with her because she's not coming at me from the sense of a probation officer, right? She let me know that I'm not
Right.
going to feel smothered. She let me know she's not going to be looking for things and that if we get involved in this for quite some time and she finds something out, she's not going to throw it all away. If you give him the opportunity to be honest with you, you'd be surprised how much more fun that relationship can be.
Yeah. That's all it takes. As we get older, we realize that it doesn't take much. It just takes transparency and honesty, and that's it. And
Now,
peace. Bring me
now,
peace. That's it.
now I'm going to hit you with something as if you're somebody that I care about and what I would want for you for the long term. I'm going to describe something to you, and I want you to give me the value of it on a scale of 1 to 10. You know,
Hmm.
as we get older, our bodies begin to break down. You know, sometimes you go into for a routine checkup. They say, I found a lump in the breast. Sometimes they say, I found this and that in your blood. Sometimes you can get into a car accident that you never saw coming. Now they have to remove one leg, right? Um,
Right.
in the what this show is 100% about. What we teach, the core of this show, is two people getting together and designing the best possible outcome for two people's lives in the later years of their lives. See, no one's talking about when we hit 60. None of these podcasts are talking about when we hit 70. Nobody's talking about the really
Exactly.
important shit, right? That important stuff. When you're carrying 24 pack of Nestle water into your house at the age of
Yeah.
50, right? When you've had some type of illness come up on you and it's tough for you to walk now. Now, my question to you is this: a life partner, someone to be there with you through the roughest times that life has to offer, even when America collapses and we're at war or civil war, whatever it is, to have
Right.
someone there with you through the worst times all the way until your grave. On a scale of 1 to 10, how valuable is something like that to you?
More than 10.
Okay. So you know that now we know that you're eventually going to have to get on that, right? I understand
Of
that you're being
course.
brought peace and companionship right now, but you're going to have to get intentional about finding that person who is going to see you through to the end of life.
Exactly.
Let me ask you something and be honest with me. Had you ever really, the way I just described that, had you ever really thought about that in that type of detail?
Oh, of course. With my kid's father. That's why after, such a long time with him, it broke my heart. It completely broke me, as a mother, as a spouse, as a partner, um, to let that go
Okay, that's a good thing.
because that's what
It's
I
just
wanted. That's what I
um
wanted. Like intentionally, that's what I wanted.
so I'm going to say this to you. here's how you should be moving right now. I'm not going to talk to you like you're a child because we're grown, we have needs, and it's not really just the actual component. It's having a phone number that you
Mhm.
can call when you feel like talking, right? It's having someone
Right.
who you can just fall asleep on their couch with your head in their lap. It's about the
Exactly.
companionship aspect of it, right? So I'm going to tell you this. With your age, you have to get very intentional right now. I would advise you to do this. I'm not going to talk from a spiritual perspective because we know God doesn't
Mhm.
want me having sex at a wedlock and da da da. So, right, you know, if we're being honest, here's what I would advise you: utilize the man that you're dealing with right now for all that you need from him. But I'll say this: you need to have a discussion and let him know that you're cool with what you guys have going on, but there's a bigger picture that is mandatory for your life. You must have a life partner to see you through to the end of life as a woman, right?
Exactly.
You should be dealing with him while looking for your life partner at the same token. And be honest with him about that. Tell him, I'm going to have to be open. If you're not down with what I need in my life, if you're not thinking about committing that to me, being there together for each other
Right.
to the later years of our lives, then I can't not be open to entertaining, just talking to or getting to know other men. I won't have sex with them. I won't be intimate with them in any other way. But I have to, in order to look out for myself and how the later years of my life turns out, I have to be open to listening to men's applications so that I can see if one of them is willing to see me through to the end of life. And when you do that, you give him the
Mhm.
opportunity to say, babe, no, I'm going to be that for you. Right? And if he
I love
commits
that.
to being that for you, then you can proceed on with him with blinders on in faith.
Right.
And as a woman, it is well within your rights also. I'm not saying become a nag, but if your life is really important to you, it is also well within your rights to occasionally press him about this timeline of getting that divorce. Because you don't want to get
Right.
played
Right.
either. You don't want to get played. A woman getting played and drug along is worse than a man getting played and drug along. If he keeps you inside of this thing that you guys have going on right now, this companionship, if he keeps you for 3 years, that is going to be, as women age, they decline on the dating market, right? You say
Yeah.
you're still an attractive woman, but I'm saying you put 10 years onto what you look like right now. It's not going to be the same, and you're not going to be able to pull the same kind of men. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not giving it that long.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You're going to have to be conscious of how long this thing is dragging out. Because listen, check this out. Let's say he gets rid of you, and then you come across Stacy Prince. When he gets rid of you 2 years later, well, Stacy Prince is going to get the 2 years older version of you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I'm going to be like, I'm not saying I'm going to say no, but I'm a,
Listen, which is okay though. 45 in 2 years don't look too bad. Okay.
okay, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. But make sure that you protect your clock. Your clock is what you have.
Yes.
You got to make sure that someone doesn't drag you along, meet somebody younger or more beautiful or somebody that they vibe with better, and leave you hanging at the age of 48.
Right.
Yeah, I don't wish that up on anybody, especially a woman.
Listen, not at all.
Yeah, listen,
Not at all.
women out there where you at, Florida is a tough dating market because there's a lot of
Listen,
women that,
Florida is a swamp. Okay. It's so hard. It was so hard. Florida is a swamp. Okay. Listen, my battery stayed charged. I just got to say that. My
why
battery stayed charged.
why didn't you get on the dating sites and maybe set your settings to somewhere in the Midwest or something like that?
So it wasn't even just dating sites. I'm so traditional that I tried like the dating sites before, like a good, I want to say not even a month. I tried them. I am more of a personal person. So if I meet you and I meet your vibe, because I travel also. So being a mobile bartender and just being a bartender in itself, meeting so many different people, I go off your vibe. So if I just see
But
you as a
what I'm
genuine
saying is
person.
what I'm saying is
Mhm.
you can actually, you could do the research. You could actually position yourself in an environment that has a larger selection of men who are serious about marriage versus if you go to LA, okay, it's going to be different. You see what I'm saying? You could literally do the
True.
research and
Yeah.
find out where it is where there's men who are cultured, they still adhere to their culture, so they won't do certain things, they won't behave certain
Right.
ways. You can go to an environment where they have a higher marital rate, meaning more than likely the men who you're dating are probably grew up in two-parent households, which is a huge plus,
Right.
right? That's a huge plus.
Right.
And I tell women, you guys need to be watching out for that because most of your troubles are going to come from men who were not raised with both parents or they didn't have a relationship with their father.
Exactly. You're so right.
It's very important. Like, that's a strike against men. It doesn't bring me pleasure to admit that. But I often tell women who are serious about relationships, probably, unless he's very exceptional, you should probably skip over men who were not raised with their father.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was this man raised with his father in his life?
Yes, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's always a plus. I don't even care if they don't live together, but if you had access to
Yeah.
your father, that's a huge plus because a lot of the mistakes that men like myself make that piss you ladies off and that is a result of treating you bad and things, a lot of those mistakes, men who were raised with their father in their life, they get to skip some of those mistakes because their father had already
Yeah.
tutored them about it, warned them about going a certain route in life, warned them about what it is to have multiple kids, about multiple women, even told them, I'm not putting up with that with you. So he's going to be a better
Exactly.
specimen. He's going to be a better specimen.
Yeah. No, but I want to point one thing out though. Like even after my long life relationship with my kid's father, because that was sincerely like half my life that I spent with this man. I just want to point out to like a lot of the ladies out there, they don't have to jump right away into a relationship. I stood single for I want to say about 3 years before I even decided to even get into another relationship. Um, Not even just guy friends. Like I just I cut a lot of people out. I did a lot of just healing on my own, just learning about myself because being with somebody for so long, you don't realize who you are. So I took the time for myself to realize and prep myself honestly for the next person that was going to come into my life. So it's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to not, run into the next man's arms, to just give yourself up to somebody else. It's okay to not even, entertain the next person.
I'll
Be
agree
by
with that.
yourself
I'll
for a
agree
little
with
bit.
that. But you should, as a woman, you should not let too much time go by being by yourself because you could lose your ability. You could lose your dating experience. Like, practice makes perfect. Go 25 years without being on the dating market, then jump on the dating market and see how little you know about that
Well,
you
yeah.
dating.
Yeah.
You'll forget how to date. And then that will translate into a lot of the things that don't go right in the relationship you're trying to get into now is because you are a novice in this thing and so much has changed. You don't know when you're
Right,
doing
right.
something that's not really cool in today's society and things like that. So I do agree with you. I don't think that women should get out of relationships and hurry up and jump into another one. But I think the max time that a woman should be single is a year because your guys' clock speed up, right? And if you try
Right.
to wait 3 years or something like that, not saying you did it the wrong way but if you try to wait for too long, things, everybody doesn't age well. Everybody doesn't age well. Let's be honest about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the few people who do age well, uh, you're not like the average person, but the average person, you'll get back out there and you won't even know how much older you look until men start treating you a certain way. Because men ourselves, we're not going to even tell you the truth. You think a man who wants some of your coochie cat is going to be honest with you when you say, babe, do I look big in this dress? You think he's going to be honest to you? No, I'm not
No,
going to
he's gonna love
sabotage
you
it.
for all of it.
Yeah. Yeah. One more question. The father of your children. How come you
Hmm.
guys have never tried to get back together?
Um, so it's a lot. I think it's a lot of toxic. ways that were not fixed. A lot of animosity, a lot of trust issues, especially on my behalf. Like I just don't trust him at all.
Right.
Um,
So he was wild.
and yeah,
So listen, when he was cheating, he was wilding out there, huh?
I mean, well, yeah, he was. I mean, don't get me wrong. He apologized profusely so many times. So many times he apologized. But the trust for me went out the window so many times because, being young and popping out kids back to back in my 20s,
Yep.
and then raising them, and then still not having that foundation that I thought we would have, that trust went out the window years ago, and I don't think it'll ever come back. And he's tried, like even still to this day, like he's still like, we should try, we should, work things out and whatnot. But
I
for
don't.
me, it is
You're
not.
listen. Usually, when I bring that up, you're not in this category, but usually when I bring that up as a best alternative for a woman, it's when she still
Mhm.
has multiple children in the house that will make it difficult for other men to be willing to accept her. But
Oh yeah, no,
you don't have that situation. Like it would be
no.
if you still had the children and it was causing difficulties in men being receptive to you because of the children, then the best option would be go back to the man who has already has
Right,
incentive to be whole with you when you have children. It's the guy who created the children.
right.
So you don't have that issue anymore. So I mean, listen, it sounds like you're not doing horrible, and it sounds like you're probably a traditional woman. So only thing that I can tell you is do not ignore your spidey sense.
No, not at all. And this is why I watch your show, though. This is why I love you and I love your content.
Love you back, sweetie.
Yes, because this is a great podcast show to watch of yours that just aligns everybody with what's happening now and what should be, in your lifestyle. Like this is what, especially for men. Like if you ain't know, please come and watch his show
Girl,
continuously.
my girl. All right, you got any more questions for me?
No, my love. Thank you so much for your time. God
No
bless you. Thank
worries.
you so much for the patience for tonight.
You know it. It's all good. And I wish you well as well. I wish you good luck as well.
Thank you, darling. And I'll see you again in the future. I'll be here. I'll be
My girl.
watching.
My girl. I will say this. You guys know me by now. So you know the things that I say are consistent, right? I want all of the women to know this. I want all of the women to know this. We tell you over and over and over and over. The women who I always tell you stand the best chances of getting back out there and rebounding, it's always women who have that feminine energy. It's always women who have that feminine energy. Nice, easy to talk to, smiles often. The girls who are a part of my show, I know you've heard this. Whoa, what the hell is that? I know you guys have heard this often, but smiling and being nice is a cheat code to men. It is a cheat code. You guys hear, and I know it sounds harsh sometimes when you hear me tell women it's going to be tough for you, right? But it's just the truth. If you lack 3 or 4 of the primary components that are required to scale in the dating world and be successful, you're probably going to have a tough time. But if you know how to smile, if you know how to be nice, your odds will increase. Watch this. Who the hell on earth doesn't like being around someone who treats them nice? Right? So think about that. If when I'm around you, I always feel good. That person's always easy to talk to. That person's a good ear, a listener. People are more compelled to be drawn to you. They're more compelled to be drawn to you. And that's what I keep telling you ladies over and over. You guys think that you don't have to be anything for a man. Listen, let's go. Turbulence, people. This is nothing nothing more than an audition. You are most definitely auditioning. And you guys are talking about what if I don't feel like smiling? Okay. Play the same roles. Those questions that you asked me, all you have to do is implement them to job interviews and things like that. I bet you go up in there smiling. I bet you go up in there acting nice. I bet you go up in there on your best behavior. I bet you go up in there dressed properly. So why don't you think you have to do it for something as important as finding your life partner? You people crazy? Listen, we're talking about a life partner. You'll get all decked out, be on your best behavior when you're applying for a job. But as it pertains to applying for your life partner, this is what you choose to do shortcuts with? We will never understand you. We will never understand you. This is going to sound bad, but I'm going to say it. Turbulence, people. At least men are smart enough to, when we're trying to use you or get something from you, at least we know how to be on our best behavior and trick you. You guys, I hear you guys talk about it. Yeah, but men, they don't come with the real version of them. They come with their representative. Shouldn't I? If I'm trying to get something from you, shouldn't I be coming on my best behavior? And you should too. You should too. A lot of you ladies have no clue how many really good men you turned off by your lack of not smiling often. You have no clue. You have no... If God could show you all of the men who would have approached you and shot their shot with you, hadn't it been for your face looking like a frown, and I'm good on that, you'd be sick to your stomach right now. Some of you on social media, if God were to show you right now all of the men who saw you on somebody's live, saw a video of yours go past their For You on social media, and it just took their breath away. Almost love at first sight. And then when they went to your page to DM you, they saw all of that ratchet. Or they saw all of those promiscuous pictures and things like that and decided, I'm good on that DM. If God could show you guys how many opportunities you've blown with good men, you'd be sick to your stomach right now. Because you can't come half ASS with us when you are auditioning for us to be your life protector. Think about this. Think about this. I want everybody on all of these platforms, on a scale of 1 to 10, how valuable / expensive, how valuable would you say a life partner is? Someone to see you through all the way to your last day on earth. How valuable is something like that on a scale of 1 to 10? Key said a 10. Thought said a 10. Okay. Now, if we've all just appraised it, Miss Smith said a 10. If we've all just appraised a life partner as a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, then you should be auditioning for that thing. You should be treating that thing the same way you would if you walked in and you were trying to apply for a Hermes bag. The Birkin bag, right? But you're not doing that. You said it's this valuable, but you're going to the audition half-ass. The things that cause men to not take a woman serious or treat her with respect or see her as valuable, out of 5, you got 3 of those going on at the audition. You came in, pants all tight, looking all actual, wasn't really smiling, right? Wasn't really nice. You guys are auditioning for your husband every time you are. You know what I found out, and I'm not comfortable. I don't like it at all, but I came to the understanding that oftentimes when I go out, people are going to recognize me. So I can't really go out sometimes how I would like to go out. I can't go out with my sandals and my house shirt on, right? Because too many times people recognize me. And this is a brand that I wear, right? I can't let people getting on the internet saying, I'm pretty sure I saw Stacey Prince and he looked pretty bummy. I have to protect my image. Very often. And you do too if you're looking for a life partner. You got to lose that weight. You got to be nice. You got to be feminine. And I'm going to throw some other things out here really quick. Ladies, I'm going to tell you guys this. The problem is men equate clothing to sexual propensity. If we equate clothing to sexual propensity, then how come men don't look at each other, heterosexual men, how come we don't look at each other sexually and we all wear clothes? So don't give me that. You know it's how you're wearing your clothes and you know it. The problem is men equate clothing to sexual propensity. And to be honest, you're being disingenuous and dishonest with that statement because you guys don't go, listen, you don't go to job interviews like that. You don't go to church like that. So don't act like you're just wearing clothes and men are over-sexualizing, trying to use X-ray vision to look through the clothes and see things. No. You know when you're wrong because there's a difference in how you dress when you're going to church than when you're out there in the dating highway. So let's stop it. But listen, I want to tell you ladies this. Here's a couple of other things that I want to tell you guys. Here's how your quickest way to fail on dating sites. If you give somebody your number and that person calls you a couple times and you don't ever call them back, it's not going to work. Did you ladies know you were supposed to be calling men too? One thing that quality men measure reciprocation levels. Quality men do evaluations periodically, right? Quality men say to themselves, I just realized I call her majority of the time we talk is because I call her. And the interest and the excitement begins to wane down. Did you ladies know that if you're looking for a relationship, stop looking at it like I'm not no punk. Call him. If you're looking for a man, you're supposed to be calling him. Stop waiting to see. Do you know how many women I have left? I don't want to sound like, I'll be honest. It's probably been at least 200 women that I have left alone because they thought I was going to keep being the one who is the driving force behind this us getting to know each other better phase. No. Soon as I realized that, listen, a week will have went by, 2 weeks will have went by, and the thing is over. Because when I find out that you're not calling me and things just like that, the only conclusion that I can come to is it's not interested. And as the man I am, I'm not going to press you to be interested in me. Fellas, give me a thumbs up if that's accurate. Give me a hell no if I'm going to the extreme. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Listen, this thing that you guys have going on, it's not real. You guys are following trends that you get off TikTok and women are the prize and blah, 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 blah. Listen, if you're interested in a man, why not blow his phone up? You're going to get the best out of me if you're blowing my phone up. Because guess what it's going to, and I'm not saying blowing it up on a stalker level, but what that means is, okay, this has the potential to be something. Shorty's, showing interest. 9 times out of 10, the man has already been the one initiating the phone calls and things. But listen, I'm going to say this to you too. Ladies, if you are on dating sites and you're really adamant about trying to find your husband, when you come across a man who really is seeming like a decent man, and you guys have been talking for 1 or 2 weeks, cut everybody else off. Because if you're getting attention from other men, it keeps you from starving for this man's attention. So you're not going to be as compelled to call him, right? If you weren't flirting with other men and you were only dating this man, then when you feel like talking to somebody, it would be his phone you call. When you feel like bragging about an accomplishment of yours, it would be his phone you call. But when you have several different men whose attention you can get, then it steals away from the attention you should be showing that one man. And it will seem less and less like a situation where 2 people are trying to get to know each other. You're spreading yourself out. You're spreading yourself out. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. Men too. We starve for you when you're the only one we're campaigning for. We call your phone because we don't have another number to call. We're a little bit more anxious to hear from you because we have nobody else online. So you're going to get that from us. It's going to seem like to you, we're into you because we're not sharing our desire with other women. You're getting our desire, right? And you can feel it. And when you start feeling it and seeing it, you should be able to come to the logical conclusion, okay, he might be a little serious about a relationship, right? But when you're spreading yourself out there to multiple different people whose number you've gotten, you won't even know it. But you won't be giving a man the required amount of attention that signals to him, I should probably take this serious. And therefore, he won't take you serious. Listen, I've done it about 200 times. I'll talk to a woman maybe for about 2-3 times. And if she's not as interested to call me as I am to her, I leave it alone. And we never hear from each other again. Yeah. They like that term, date them all until one applies. Yeah, that's crazy. That's date them all until one applies pressure. There's nothing about that that makes sense. There's nothing about that that makes sense. Your intellect is getting used. Your energy is getting used. Your adoration is getting used. Listen, when I get out of this chair, some could say he's just sitting down. I'm exhausted often. Just because you don't see me moving around and things of all of that nature, it doesn't mean that I'm not up here exerting energy. It doesn't mean I'm not up here tiring myself. And it's the same way when you spread yourself with this guy, phone call to him, going out to eat with him. A lot of you ladies don't understand. It's the reason why several of the men you wanted to get to know, it didn't work out. Because you're dating other men too. You're entertaining other men. You're on the phone with other men. And if you weren't, you would be starved to hear from me. And I would pick up on that. Whenever you needed attention, I would be the one you reached out to. And I would feel special because you keep reaching out to me often, right? But you don't have to keep reaching out to me often when you're getting your time filled with this person, and that person. Some will get it, some won't. Pew World up in this situation with the super chat. That Dave Chappelle skit where he talks about, well, just because I dress up as a... Yeah. You guys say that you're looking for a relationship, but you're dressed up as somebody who's looking to date. Give me a couple of women up here. I want to see what a couple of women think about that concept. Do you think that you should be dating more or talking to more than one man at a time? And you know what? Now that we're talking about that, you know, it's really, it's cool that this has been brought up, because hopefully a lot of women will get something out of it. But reciprocity is something that men don't often get, and I'm telling you, it's the quickest way to lose a good man. If you had options for a good man, but you thinking, well, I ain't finna sweat him and da da da, you're about to lose. And for one, if you have that mindset, you've already been losing. If you have the mindset of, he's supposed to be calling me, you've already, I guarantee you're single right now if you have that mindset. Men aren't going for that, not quality men. Because we've already experienced from other women what it feels like to be wanted, what it feels like to be desired. We've already experienced what it feels like when a woman is genuinely into you. So when we experience the opposite out of you, we're not even really going to continue the phone calls often. Cheating isn't the worst thing that can happen in a marriage. Most women don't even care about respectful cheating. It's that bag they're serious about. Yeah, we know that. They've already said that there's a price on cheating. Like, they won't leave rich men for cheating and things like that. So we know it's an ego thing. Shout out to B Bland over here supporting the show. Listen, this is what I'm talking about. We're rocking out with us. The $10 Cash App. I think I'll take a few questions. You got a couple of questions. Let's go. Let's go. He said, after she dates P. Diddy, who wants P. Diddy's leftovers? Listen, as crazy as that sounds, men do think about that. Like, that's a real thing. Like, when we know, and see, I want to say this too. A lot of women who don't know why men have issue dating women who have multiple children and things like that, because we believe every actual thing known to man has been done to you, and it just looks bad. We think that third hole has been played with. We think you swallowed. We think it's been shot on your face. We think because if you've been with somebody for a year, he's probably done everything to you that I would like to do to you. What will you be able to offer me that you haven't already given to multiple men? Right? So this is why, in case women don't know why men view it so bad when women have multiple children by multiple men, it's because look at each kid like a measurement stick. Look at each kid like a measuring stick for her sexuality. That's how we look at it. You can't expect a woman who has 3 kids by 3 different men to not have had almost everything known to man done to her. She's been skeeted on her back. She's been skeeted inside by multiple different men. That other hole is probably not virgin. She's probably swallowed multiple. And this is what I'm petitioning to be my long-term girlfriend? Yeah. Good luck with that. I know I got some lunatics on my on my subscriber list. Taking on the responsibility of... Listen, shout out to Shondell setting it off over here, rocking out with us with the $10 cash app. Let me make sure that my people aren't leaving messages that I'm not reading. Okay. Listen, he said, taking on the responsibility of another man's kids with no authority is slavery. He said, no bueno. Daryl said they lying in the comments. Shout out to my girl Ree over here on TikTok rocking out with us. Shout out to my girl Miss Kanai Speaks the Real in the building. Kanai, you said women are being advised to do what? Let me go back and see what she's talking about. Women are being advised to do it. Oh, you're right, Kanai. She's talking about women, and it's crazy. Listen, the guy, no, something podcast, he teaches women that, like, to date multiple men at once. You know what? I'm not going to do it because I know you got things to do. But I was going to ask my girl, like, I want you ladies to tell me something that is beneficial about dating multiple men at once. Somebody tell me something that is beneficial about it. Name something beneficial about dating multiple men at once. They said no mas. Said not a damn thing. Look, my girl said nothing. I was a stepfather once, never again. It was not beneficial at all. Just being honest, a man's job is to start a family, not join one. I'm not going to lie. I'm an investor. And I've told people this. I have no problem saying that. This is not a red pill show. We don't sit here. This is not a red pill show. I'm not going to tell you guys single moms is for recreational use only. A certain number, depending on how many kids, I say I wouldn't mess with. But if an amazing woman, and I'm talking about an amazing woman, cross paths with me, and I just felt good every time I'm around. I love the way her voice sounds. And she had a kid. You really think I'm going to let an amazing woman who I know has the ability to inspire me, motivate me, and make me feel like being Superman? You think I'm letting that go?
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
See, what we found out is a lot of those podcasts where they tell men don't date single parent moms, da-da-da-da-da. Later, we find out they've been exposed for doing it. Cooley teaches men that you should not date women with children. Come to find out, his current one has, I think, 2 children she has 2. I think Andrew Wilson, his woman has 2 children by 2 different men, which lets you know that there are situations where it's beneficial. I wish I would. You want to be careful of that, Because you could do something. You can make a decision that you'll never forgive yourself for. An amazing woman? Do you know the potential of an amazing woman? See, the reason that I can speak like this, it's all I've had. Amazing women. Now, at the times I was building things, wasn't ready for a serious relationship, things like that. But these are amazing women. I'm talking about you just like sometimes you'll call you don't even feel like talking, but you just want to, hey, that super soft feminine, like, hey, I'm not doing it. Okay, how do you see your kids when you and your ex are not together anymore and we was together for 17 years and she got something else and she tried to do me in? I don't understand that. I don't know what she tried to do you in. She tried to take your life or something. If you're saying that, how do you see your kids when you're not in a good place with the children? I mean, with the mom. Well, you isolate the woman from that relationship. If you have to, buy your children cell phones, make sure that you get good FaceTiming with them on a regular, and make sure that they hear that Cash App go off frequently. Make sure that you are the type of man who they know that they can depend on, right? Because that will bridge a gap between the poison that your ex is probably, the venom that your ex is probably spewing down to them about you. All of the bad things that moms say to the kids to demonize the man, right? That will circumvent you from that, because they'll be like, all of the things that she tells us about dad, all we experience is amazingness from him, right? Kids aren't crazy. She started cheating on me and I never cheated on her. Okay, so that's not the woman for you then. I don't understand what that has to do with the kids. I don't understand what that has to do with the kids. Just because she was cheating, unless, hold on, let me make sure he's not talking about staying. Okay, if it's an ex, he didn't stay with her. How do you see your kids when you and your ex are not together anymore? And we was together for 17 years and she got something else and she tried to do me in. Yeah, hopefully that's not impairing you from seeing your kids. Hopefully that is not impairing you from seeing your kids. Brother, listen, I want to say this too. I want to say this. Men who get cheated on, in a lot of cases, not all, are likely kind of good men. They are what I refer to as potentially a soft male and things in that nature. And you might not be a confident man. You might not be an assertive man because something led to those things happening to you. What I would advise is get your confidence up. I don't know if that fits you. I'm just throwing that out there. But, you know, when you get cheated on, when you get played and things of that level, you could rebound from it. You could turn yourself into a higher value man, right? You could make yourself more adequate, more suitable for a larger mass of women to be attracted to, and you won't even have to think about those things. I know a man who gets cheated on, he's going to feel inadequate in some areas. It's going to sting for a while, right? Build yourself up to where you don't have to feel that way anymore. If you guys have been done for quite some time anyway, then, you know, anything outside of the kids, you know, let her do her. If a man, oh boy, I'm expecting that this is a woman. If a man disrespects you and tells you they don't care that they disrespect you, should you still say happy birthday to him when he told you he doesn't care about your feelings? My question is, why are you still even speaking to such an individual?
Dead man! Dead man walking!
Okay, got you, brother, got you. Okay, my brother. He said, I already have. Thank you for saying that. I worked on my credit myself, and I knew he was a good man. Good men usually get cheated on. And here's the crazy part. Nobody wants to admit this. Turbulence, people. They usually get cheated on because they were good men. See, a woman has an insatiable appetite. She can never really be satisfied, which is why it is incumbent upon men to regulate and manage women's expectations and their thirst and their hungers, right? Because it will never be enough. And a man who is a good guy, he probably gives this woman a lot of latitude to do the things that she wants. But as she's doing, it's like Miss Pac-Man. She's eating. It's never enough. The more latitude you give her, the more gifts you buy her, it's just never going to be enough, which is why a man has to put a ceiling on that. You can't even allow this woman to develop the taste buds for never-ending pleasure, ferocious appetite, all of that stuff, because it's not realistic. None of us can be made to feel happy every day, all the time. None of us get that. Bro, I don't want to believe. He said, and she just was live with my 15-year-old son in the club with her at the nightclub. Yeah, man. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. Listen, keep the string said the vetting. I was just about to say this. The vetting process is impeccable. Here's what I was about to say to you. But not to you, because that ship has sailed. This is why we have to be more focused on the selection process. Because I wanted to say, a woman who would take her 15-year-old to the club and things like that, that sounds like some ghetto stuff, to be honest. That sounds like somebody who wears the long fingernails and hair weave and all of that stuff, right? And we shouldn't be locking in with them in the first place, is what I'm telling you guys. We shouldn't be locking in with them in the first place, because it's very apparent that there's something wrong with them. They don't know who they are. They're searching for who they are. Why do you think they're littering themselves in all of the cosmetics? I appreciate the brother being honest. He said, I did that for 17 years, then realized I had just become a check. And when I decided to walk away, she turned my son against me. I paid for everything, trips around the world, and yeah, it's messed up, man. That's why men have to be a lot more diligent about the vetting process of who it is they choose to procreate with. Because listen, if we're going to be honest, women have some nasty natures. They can get nastier than men when it comes. Nasty. They can get nasty. Good brother. Tell me how you feeling, man.
Man, I'm good. I'm getting ready to go to work. But I got a question. You stated something. You said if a woman comes along and she's a beautiful, soft-spoken woman, that you're not gonna let that pass you by. And you said if she has a kid.
I said if she's a very valuable woman, if she's an amazing woman, I'm not gonna turn her down.
You're not gonna, and you're speaking on one child, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, a lot of women like that pour so much into their kids to where they don't even know how to balance it.
That's up to the man. And that's what I tell me. See, I'm going to be honest with you too, brother. There's a lot of areas where men aren't doing their jobs as well. See, I run the show. I run the show when I'm in a relationship. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to let you be neglecting me. If I have already pledged to give my life up for you in the event that it calls for it, you're not going to be putting a kid or a nothing in front of me. I'm not going to allow it. You see what I'm saying?
So by not allowing it, do you give grace to to that woman in certain aspects. Like how long is your stem before you say, you know what, I'm done. This not for me.
You mean if I can visibly see that I'm not getting her all, and maybe one of her, you're saying if I see that she probably sides with one of her kids over me?
Yes, because she's so used to doing it. See, a lot of women are using that. I've been doing this on my own for so long. They use that as an excuse. Well, man,
I agree. I agree.
I was married. I don't have kids. I was married. This lady had 2 kids. We had a beautiful marriage. We didn't even get into our first argument until 2.5 years after being married, right? And the argument was over her oldest son, right? And I kid you not, after 4.5 years of being married, almost all the arguments was over him. We ended up getting a divorce. Had a beautiful marriage.
How's things going for her now? Is she married?
She's actually remarried, and it happened recently, maybe like a month ago. But that made like a 4th marriage.
Okay, see, that's what I was about to say. A woman like that, there's odds that she was single for a very long time after you.
Well, we got divorced in 2022.
Okay, so you're talking about 6 years. So yeah, so that's a long time.
But 2022 to 2026, so no more like 4. More like 4.
Yeah, that's a long time. Women aren't supposed to be single for even a year. I often tell people, women who are single have no protector.
Right.
And see, and they're more prone to making very bad woman decisions, like getting pregnant with 3 different men's kids. The value of a man is not his wallet. What women need most of all from a man is help making their important life decisions, the leadership, the guidance. Because have you noticed, it's not the women who are married who are causing all of the problems in society. It's the single women.
Right.
Doing whatever they think they're big enough to do. And then the children that they have by multiple different men, right? Those are the ones that me and you have to go later go get pistol permits for us just to walk around in society.
That's correct.
Yeah, so it's a big problem. A woman being without a man is actually a big problem. Because if you look around, look at how most of them turn out. Multiple children, but multiple men. There's no secret that the largest demographic of single women, which is the African American women, also has the highest number of children born out of wedlock.
Right.
You're not supposed to be without men's guidance.
Right. Yeah, and I trip off. I trip off when I hear them say they have kids, but then when you ask, so you wasn't married to the child's father, and they go, ugh. And I was like, wait,
Right.
But you gave him a baby? Like, that's crazy to me. And I think the thing that's going on now, the real aggressiveness, like, I do stand-up comedy, of course, and I was in Raleigh this weekend, and when I get approached by, man, it was so aggressive, I had to ask a lot of women, like, this is really how you talk to men?
Yeah. You talking about black women too, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm talking about black women, and I had to say, this is really how you talk to men?
Yep.
And one said right behind that, no, I'm not aggressive like that. And I said, see, I didn't even say the word aggressive. That came out of your mouth. And I was like, and then the excuse came behind it. Well, I've been single for 4 years, 2 years, or whatever she said. And out here, and I was like, but that's not how you invite somebody into your
100%. 100%.
That's crazy.
And listen, I'm going to say this too. I'm going to say this. This is why I said men are slacking in areas too. Because it is up to the men if we decide to continue dealing with somebody who is rubbing us the wrong way.
Yeah. Right, man, I know for sure this weekend I probably blocked 12 women because of the quick attitude, the quick. One lady said, no, my ex, because what you're not going to do is argue with me. And I was like, what?
Right. So listen, here's what's going on. Today, in this modern time, what these women have created, if a woman says, you like to touch kids, and you say, no, I don't, see, I'm not finna argue. Now you being sassy. Anytime a man defends himself, it's arguing. It's being sassy. So that's their way of being able to talk and you don't have a right to say anything. That's how they shut that down. But I don't tolerate it.
Yeah.
I don't tolerate it.
Yeah. Instead of like for me, I'll tell a woman, hey, listen, I like to take leadership because at the end of the day, if these lights get turned off in this house, this bill don't get paid, who is everybody gonna blame?
100%.
If those kids get in trouble at school and failing, or the kid go to jail, who are they gonna blame? The man.
You better know it. If that house gets foreclosed on, one person is getting the blame. It's gonna be the man.
Yes. Hell, it can be something small like the garbage disposal broke under the sink. It's been broke for 2 days. Why this ain't fixed? Yep. It's like when it come out, but men gotta step it up too, like you said. I see a lot of men that don't take care of their kids, and I'm like, hey, I'm not homeboys with no men who don't take care of their kids, because how you gonna have my back and you don't even have your own child?
100%. I have an issue with that myself.
Yeah, I don't even hang around that. So, and I got my ducks in a row.
Talk that talk.
Homeowner, credit score on point, travel the world, business owner. Man, I do a lot. But when I see, and my standard is not even high. It's just like when I see the nonsense, I cut it off so fast, man.
Listen, I respect that, man. We have to do that. We definitely have to do that, man. We got shout out to Prim over here with the $25 cash app. I appreciate the love. We most definitely have to have a standard that we won't fall below. Men are supposed to walk in a code. Men are supposed to have lines that they won't cross, right? And taking care of our offspring is really supposed to be priority number one. Like, I don't care if, she make it hard for me to see him. You better figure something out, because you don't want that child growing up and falling through the cracks of society.
Yeah. I hate when men use the excuse of she won't let me use you. And you know what I ask them every time? And there's a lot of barbershop talk. I say, well, did you go to jail from trying to see your child? And when they tell me no, I say, well, you ain't trying harder enough. If I had kids, somebody say you look like Bill Bellamy. That's my cousin. If I had kids, and a woman won't allow me to see my kids, I'm going to be at that school during recess with my hands through the fence, 100%, for my child to come over to see me.
I agree.
And I'm going to have to get that trespassing charge to see my
100%. Listen, I want to say this before we go.
Yeah.
No man should be okay having his own dwelling place that's pretty comfortable, food in the refrigerator, he's living a nice life, without knowing how your child who's on the other side of town is living. You should never be okay with that.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you coming up and rocking out with me, bro.
Hey, thank you for letting me in, big dog.
You already know. My man.
Sir.
Let me see who was trying to come up. Here's my girl. I don't think where's she at? Let me see if I could. I don't know why this does this. It will not let me bring people up. What did I do? What did I just do to get violate? I appreciate you coming up and rocking out with me, bro. How did I just violate? Dangerous activities? I said thanks for coming up and rocking up with me, and they kicked me off of TikTok. Let me see something here. And they won't even let me appeal it. What? All right, people, we about to. What in the world? They won't even let me appeal it on the one time that I really didn't deserve it. Your live has been discontinued. What? I don't know what's up with Instagram. Instagram never lets me accept people's requests. Like I usually have to see their name and they kicked me off for no reason and took away the appeal process. I'm glad this app is sucking. People are going to go elsewhere. Expired. I don't know. Desmond said you was throwing some rocks and hit somebody. In the end of the day, it's up to the man to set boundaries completely, financially, emotionally. A woman's gonna do as I think this is a woman saying this too. A woman is going to do as much as you let her. Most of us will spend our last dollar on some Starbucks. At least I would. So don't let me set boundaries or responsibilities. She's just being honest too. She's speaking for a very broad number of women. Shout out to Pew Worldwide, definitely in this situation. Some wide back got cracked in her feelings. Something happened. Like, I've never seen this. That's crazy. They don't even, on the time where I actually didn't do nothing wrong. That's crazy. But listen, I heard this recently. They said that there's been African American content creators are getting, well, the same thing that happens in regular society. Differences are like, even as far as the pay, they're suggesting that African Americans are getting paid less than other content creators who they have more following than, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But I can go for it. We've been living in this society. How long am I kicked off though? Like, this is crazy. Dangerous driving behavior? All right, if you people have no more questions, I'm about to get up out of here. Who is this? Okay, I already read that. I agree. Brad said at the end of the day, a man should never put his future at risk. Stop shooting up every club they get into. I agree with that. I agree with that. The people who are trying to, those of you who are trying to come up on Instagram, hit the request to come up thing. Let me see if it'll let you do it like that. Let me see something. Those of you who are trying to come up on Instagram, hit the thing and let me say something. All right, people, we're about to get on up out of here then. I appreciate you guys rocking out with us. There's all kind of technical glitches and stuff going on today. We are out of here.
Now this.
They kicked me off. They kicked me off, but I can go live. That's crazy. That's crazy. I've never had that done before. They kicked me off, but usually when they kick you off, you go back and it says you can't go live for several days. But I guess okay, he said Reddit shows many black creators being kicked off of TikTok. I mean, why would you think the internet is different than the world that we live in? If we know America has a tendency to show racial bias, right? I think we got beside ourselves and start thinking that didn't apply to the internet. No, don't play yourself. All right, TikTok, I just wanted to see if this thing would work. About to go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate you guys coming up and rocking with me. Hopefully you got something out of it, and we are, if nothing else, out of here. What are signs a man only wants you for your resources and money? He'll ask for things. He'll ask for things. I think because what we desire usually gets the spotlight of our attention, it can cause us to overlook when we're not receiving what we know romantic interest looks like. Romantic interest looks like a thing. Can't really be mistaken. Romantic interest looks like a thing. It feels like a thing, right? You get things from it. If you're not experiencing that, you're probably not inside of a mutual companionship or a situation where both parties are genuinely seeking to get to know each other. Whatever you think the ideal relationship for yourself is, write down all that you believe. The experiences your grandmother had, your great-grandmother, your aunties. Write down all of the experiences that you believe, the core experiences, 5, that are essential for a good relationship. And after you write them down, whatever it is with you and this guy, put a check mark on all of those things that he exhibits. And then you will be left with a list of all that he's not exhibiting. And that should be your answer. Hey, Kate! know what it is, and we out of here.
Dead man. Dead man walking.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Never talk to me like that again. You hear me? Huh?
I'm your huckleberry.
Welcome to Death Row.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Get over here. She belongs to the streets. She belongs to the streets.
My doctor has notified me that I'm morbidly obese.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up here.
Many have wondered why Satan was played by a woman in the Passion of the Christ.
What kind of stupid ass question is that?
Can't believe you say no fucking shit like that.
Goodbye.
It's an evil world we live in.
Oh yeah, no, it's done. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4",
How much do you weigh?
180.
Goodbye.
You know this is the part. Linger around for a little bit. Give some of you a glimpse of what your future beholds. That old infamous dating highway. A lot of calamities have taken place on there, and it has a high KIL ratio. Play on that thing for too long, and you'll get what you got coming. If you ever want to see how significant the mistakes that you made in life were, stay on this dating highway for longer than what you're supposed to. It'll show you all of them.